Hi everybody, my name is Ryan Hoge. I'm the new president of PSA, and I wanted to introduce myself as a collector and share a little bit of some of the fun things in my own personal collection. First one I wanted to talk about is this Rickey Henderson Donruss Elite from 1991. So I was 13 years old. I actually pulled this exact card out of a pack with my friend. We were getting ready to set up at a card show at our middle school, and I remember I had bought 4 boxes of 91 Donruss. This came out of the second box. I put it in a screw down. It was on display. We had it there. Everybody was coming by to look at it at the middle school, and I was using it as a lure to sell these packs of 91 Donruss, I think for $1 or $2 at the time. What's funny is this was one of the first like chase cards, serial number cards, and if you look at the back, you know, it's numbered out of 10,000. So it's really not that limited. But, you know, when Donruss was producing, I don't know, probably 10 billion 1991 Donruss cards, it was actually pretty hard to find. This is my original card. And so when I got back into collecting in 2012, I went and bought the remaining 7 cards. I think it's an 8-card set, and have completed the full set registry of the 91 Donruss Elite. But it started with this one. So that one's really special to me. Next one I wanted to show, this is kind of a fun, unique card. So previous to working at Collectors and PSA, I spent 16 years at Microsoft. And so that was a big part of my career. I'm a tech guy. When I was in high school, I actually worked at CompUSA. So I've always been into computers and cards. That's always been my thing. So I came across this unique card on eBay, and I was like, oh, I gotta have this. So this is actually a 1996 Growler's Bill Gates rookie card. So it's like a postcard size set of like pop culture and business leaders. And I believe this might be the only one PSA has graded. It's graded a PSA 6. There's a little bit of a surface indent on it, but I don't care. This item itself encapsulates me and my career to this point so well. I love it, and I love the oversized nature of it. I put it behind my bookshelf for Zoom calls. Super cool. I don't know anybody else that has this one. The other thing I'm super passionate about is vintage baseball. Love the history, love learning about the athletes and their stories. And you know, it's a little bit of a connection with my dad, with my grandfather, and we can talk through these things, and it's really fun. And I'm able to go now acquire cards I couldn't afford when I was a kid. So 2 of them that I brought in today that I wanted to show off are 2 of my favorites in my collection. And my Instagram handle is Maze Mantle, and it's for these two guys here. Love the original artwork on these. One of my favorite sets aesthetically, and these cards are just awesome. I just love everything about them. This Maze was a more recent pickup for me. I've been trying to find a really nicely centered one for a long time. This is actually a short print, so if you look at the pop reports, there's not a ton of these, but I just love these cards. These are awesome. These are staying in my collection forever. And then the last thing that I wanted to share is a little more of my connection to Seattle. So I've been living in Seattle for 17 years. I'm going to be relocating to Orange County in 2023. But I recently got into collecting original photographs. And Type 1 photos were captured during a specific time period, and then the actual print was made within 2 years of that original photo being captured. And the photo was made from the original negative. And so digital photography took off in the mid-90s, and so you really don't have film anymore. So I acquired this piece here, which is a Ken Griffey Jr. Type 1 photo from the early 90s. I think this is 1993. This is right about at the tail end before digital took off, and I just love everything about this. This is from the Sporting News. You know, it's got Griffey's beaming smile, he's got his flip-up shades, the old school Mariners logo on the hat, and this is just awesome. This is awesome. So I've got a couple Griffey photos. I think that this is a really neat category to try to chase down. Michael Jordan also has some Type 1 photos in the same era. If folks are looking for a fun collecting hunt, I actually think this is super fun, and they display really well. So this is another one I'm really passionate about. As we look ahead to 2023, I'm really excited for a couple big initiatives that we've got underway. We're going to start expanding internationally with our first grading location outside of the United States in Tokyo, Japan. That's going to be coming online in the middle of the year. I'm really excited to start growing and staffing up that team in that office and offering services to the Japanese customers and market. And then the other thing I'm really excited about is getting back on the show and convention circuit. During COVID, we obviously took a pause in our participation, and we're going to get back on the road. We're finalizing our list of shows we're going to participate trade in 23. It's going to have a mix of being able to take in on drop-off submissions that we'll bring back to California, and we're also going to look to expand our on-site grading presence beyond the national, which of course will be in Chicago, but I want us to be able to get some additional coverage out there in some other regions in the U.S. And those are two things that are high on my list. So there's more to come. I'm excited to share more with you as we get into the year and keep on collecting.